A real review of a Centre Parcs weekend. There's no way I'm falling for that half-term school holiday trap this time, so I've booked in for the weekend, and just before their prices seem to magically double for the sole reason that small human beings aren't going to school that week. So after shelling out what seems to be an absolute bargain for this place of £799 for a lodge, it's now time to shut off from the world and reconnect with nature. Now our lodge was a 4pm check-in, which is an hour later than it used to be, but that's now apparently down to the new staggered entry system, which is basically another phrase for you paid less than the rich people in the massive lodges and tree houses, so you now get an hour less in your lodge, you dirty peasant. But anyway, once you're unloaded, everyone always looks forward to going swimming first in their subtropical swimming paradise, which is the short name for humid, germ-ridden, family-changing room smaller than a coffin, saltwater tasting hellhole. But yeah, they've also decided to shut an hour earlier than they used to at 8 o'clock and moved it to opening an hour earlier, like we're meant to fucking thank them. Do they not make enough money from the prices here to just open it an hour earlier and leave the closing time as normal? So as you can imagine, that's caused absolute uproar in the Centre Parcs Facebook groups. But anyway, I've decided to not go too mad this weekend and just do a few activities, starting with some kids archery. So this was 24 quid for two for half an hour, where they just fired some plastic arrows at a pretty old looking board in a fitness suite. I did notice that they were doing back-to-back classes with 6 kids in each though, so they're making a pretty good £144 an hour here, whilst I just got to sit back and watch through tears at how much each arrow fired was costing me. The next activity for £21.50 for 45 minutes is actually one of the best ones you can do here, I reckon. The interactive family squash board. Your kids will be so knackered they'll be begging for mercy. I did also book one of their new immersive game boxes, which was a mental 42 quid for 30 minutes for 3 people, but unfortunately it got cancelled and refunded as the leisure bowl flooded this weekend, so big thanks to whoever left that tap on. You do come away to Centre Parcs to escape and enjoy yourself, and you don't want to have to cook every night, and food wise there are quite a few restaurants you can dine out in, with each one offering that unique how fucking much experience, especially when 2 kids and 1 adult lemonades cost £10.59 in the sports bar, or if you really want to let go, you can enjoy a nice £7.25 pint of Star of ramen. Look at the regret on that face. You can also enjoy playing some pool for 14 quid an hour. Just don't do the maths to yourself that if you're only paying the usual £1 a game, you'd have to get through a game every 4 minutes to get your 14 quid's worth. The on-site park market prices are still an absolute mistake. I mean, how are you meant to relax and enjoy your holiday when they're charging crazy money for the essentials? I swear most of the people that come here are clones of each other that are made in a lab, like the posho parents who come away with their other parent friends and end up hammering it too hard on the first night, with one of them up unbearably early the next morning on the Starbucks run and talking loudly so everyone and their fucking dog can hear in the queue that yeah, the missus is hanging this morning, she had one too many cab savs last night, so me and Barney are gonna hit the pool and play batters. Yeah. So how does this one rate on the pounds to pleasure scale? So for pounds, look, obviously it's got to be the biggest zero I've ever given out, as the prices, especially in school holidays, are absolutely criminal. And for pleasure, there's just something about this place that keeps sucking people back in. Even when you get absolutely shafted price-wise, something inside you enjoys being stuck in the forest with the dry robe wearing colt. So for that, I'll give it a 6. A tranquil but financially traumatic experience. See you next time.